Hello, Don. Please, let's give others, good evening. Let's give others a couple of minutes to join and then we'll kick off. All right. Hello, guys. Good evening to you all and welcome. I'm just trying to give others a couple of minutes to connect because I think that some persons may still be trying to get in, if you feel me. So let's just give others a few more minutes to connect and then we'll kick off. Let's keep about 5 minutes and then we'll kick off, okay?
There's no problem. We are waiting.
All right, man. Thanks.
Like say five shots a day.
Yeah, so 3 more minutes and then we'll kick off. 3 more minutes for others to connect and then we'll kick off. All right, guys. I think maybe we just continue because whoever comes in the class, I think it's recorded, so they would get to see it on their end. Maybe a recording can be sent to whoever misses out on this one. I don't want to keep us on this for a long time. Right. So please, I want you to confirm that you can hear me. Usman, Lua, Adeyemi, Don, Raphael, and Fadi. Can you hear me, please? If you can just drop an emoji or something that signifies that you can actually hear me or do something. I just need to know that I'm being heard loud and clearly, please. So I see a chat here. So Adeyemi says you can hear me. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So my name is Nathan, guys. Thank you, Raphael. I see your hands there. My name is Nathan, and I am the instructor for cybersecurity at Tech 365. One second, I see another message here from Dawn, and then oh, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot. So I'm just going to go ahead and let's all get on the same page with this. You can see my screen, right? Because I'm sharing, I'm sure. So let me see. I'm sharing. You should be able to see my screen. Yes. So let's see. Yes, I can hear you from Usman. Thank you a lot, Usman. Thank you. So you can see my screen and it's fine. Let's go ahead into the business of today. So the reason why you're all here is because you want to know more about the course, the cybersecurity course that we are offering at Tech 365. My name is Nathan, and I am the senior instructor for cybersecurity at Tech 365. Now, as long as it concerns my experience, I can tell you that I've been doing this for about 5 years now, and I've pretty much been an instructor for cybersecurity, even with the Nigerian military, specifically the Nigerian Air Force. And we are trying to bridge the gap because there is a gap that we're trying to fill. And that's why we are, we are offering this course on cybersecurity. Please, I know that I may have a twisted tongue. If at any point you do not hear me, you can call my attention to repeat what I had said. We have a cybersecurity course that is, one second, to stop sharing and share my entire screen this time. So we have a cybersecurity course. I promise you I'm not going to take your time. Please, if your mic is open, you can mute it so that we don't have any interference. Please. Yes, please. Usman, I think yes. Usman, please go ahead and mute your microphone so that we don't have any interference. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Okay,
So,
sir.
okay. Okay. You can just mute it yourself. Think we good. Or maybe I mute it for you if you're having network issues. I see. I mute for you. Okay. All right. So we're good to go. Oh, did I mute it? I think I did. One second. Let me see. Uh, all right. Our cybersecurity course covers three different modules. We have three different modules in our cybersecurity course. The first one we have is the networking module. I'm going to blow this up because I'm sure you can't see it very well. We have the networking module. Next to that, we have the security plus module. And next to that, we have our ethical hacking module. Our ethical hacking module. 1 second, let me see. Okay, so we have an ethical hacking module. Now, in the networking mode, these are the core modules that we are treating in our 10 weeks training, right? In the networking module, we are pretty much understanding how devices communicate, communicates with each other. So we are touching points on things like IP addresses, subnetting, TCP, UDP protocols, etc., network security, and all of that. We are dealing with that in the networking model. Next to that, we have the security plus model, where we are dealing with terminologies that you should know as a cybersecurity expert. And it's also very practical. We are dealing with things such as maybe ransomware, spyware, Trojans, rats, privilege escalation, etc. Dealing with all of these guys. Now, in the ethical hacking model, this is where we now come and deal with hacking as it should be. And here we talk about everything that concerns hacking, including things like footprinting, scanning, exploitation, post-exploitation, and reporting. These are the three different models that we are going to take: networking, security, and ethical hacking. But why exactly are we concerned with taking the three of them? Because when you talk about cybersecurity as a course, most times you just see people, they are just like, oh, learning cybersecurity may be too difficult or maybe too simple, depending on who is teaching you. The reason why we've broken it down like this is because for every cybersecurity professional, you cannot protect what you don't understand. So you must be able to understand how your phone connects to your laptop. What does it connect with? How can you send the picture from here to there? Why are we connected on Zoom? How does it work? The architecture of all of these things I explained in the networking model. That is where we gather all of those information and pass it across to you. In the security model, we talk about every single terminology that we can get during this time as it stands updated in 2025 that relates to cybersecurity. That is what we deal with in the Security Plus model. And then in the ethical hacking model, we look at the five phases, because there are 5 phases to ethical hacking. We look at the 5 of them one by one, also detailing the tools for each phase. You'll be learning how to actually do penetration testing or ethical hacking based on the tools for each phase. There are different tools for each phase. And then we have all of that in the ethical hacking model. Without this and this, your cybersecurity experience is by far incomplete. These are the 3 things that we are learning. These are the 3 core things that we are learning. We have other side modules that will be added. For example, for those who enroll, they are also going to learn how to build websites. Sorry, who is? I think there's a microphone open. I think it's Usman. You want to ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Okay, do us one thing. Yeah? Type your question in the chat, and I come read it in. Yeah, so type your question if you have any. I won't miss it. I'll come read it. We're also going to learn how to build websites using CMS. You'll be able to build actual functional websites. There are 2 reasons why you're doing this. The first reason is because of your portfolio. We want you to be able to create your own portfolio at any time. If you're done with the course, so whether 10 years from now, you should have the skill set to create a portfolio by yourself. Let's say Usman cybersecurity.com. Be able to build your own website. That's what we're doing. The secondly is because we are going to use this as a practical way to get into what we call web application security. And all of this is going to be dealt within the Security Plus model. So you're also going to learn how to build websites. Another thing you're going to understand is databases, because cybersecurity is about protecting data. It's about protecting data. That's just what it is. But you cannot protect what you don't understand. So we are also going to take a dive into databases to understand how a database works. And that will lead us into database security. And we're also going to deal with this during the Security Plus model. Another thing we're going to deal with is cloud security as well. Because one thing we need to understand is that most organizations are moving their architecture and everything to the cloud. You need to understand what the cloud is about. You cannot protect what you don't get, what you do not understand. So we are also going to be doing cloud security, also part of the Security Plus model. where you're going to look at things like instances, deployments, and etc. So don't look at it like it's too much to understand. Trust me, it is not. There is a slide for everything. We have slides for every particular day that you're going to be in class, day one up to the last day, dealing with everything one by one. But let's jump into our slide. I don't want to take your time. Like I said, I understand that we're very busy people. Why should you learn cybersecurity in 2025? Why? Because we have a risk that still exists. Cyber threats are real. These guys invest thousands, hundreds of hours to develop sophisticated malware to try to breach. Your job is to prevent, your job is to protect. But you cannot even protect what you don't understand how the breach comes about. So you also learn how to breach. But you must learn to protect because your job as a cybersecurity professional is to protect. Now, we have some financial losses that are detailed here in this slide. About 20 billion naira lost in Nigeria alone. I'm not talking about globally. This is just Nigeria alone. I'm sure you've heard about Flutter Wave cyber attack and the rest of them. They lost a lot of money. And sometimes it's because of just one thing that wasn't done properly. Maybe one training that they missed. Because the weakest link in cybersecurity is not even the computers or the laptops, it's the humans. If they do not know, they do not know. Now we have some real case studies. I'm sure you heard about the JAM registration breach that happened at the time. GT Bank had an outage in 2023. Sometime in, I think, 2022, US colonial pipeline attack, there was a ransomware. That means one computer was encrypted such that nobody could access files. They had to shut down an entire pipeline. Some hospitals in Lagos as well have been targeted with a phishing attack so that customer data is taken. Imagine that a hospital, a cyber security personnel is not involved, and all of a sudden there is an attacker that comes in, he does something, he finds his way into their database, and he gets the names, phone numbers of every sick person. Tell me what he cannot do with such data. Not just blackmailing. There are so many things you can do with those kind of data. So it's pretty important that everyone has experience or training in regards to cybersecurity. Now, what about the demand? When you're done, what is job rate like? The truth is that there are jobs there, and there are jobs in different fields. Cybersecurity is broken down into different fields, not just one field. There is no job like cybersecurity, just like that, unless the company does not exactly know what they are looking for. You will see jobs like incident responder job. You will see jobs like this incident responder job. And this is still under cybersecurity. You will see jobs like forensic analyst job. You will see jobs like if you go to ChatGPT and say, give me 50 cybersecurity job roles, you will see 50 of them. But what we are doing in our class is we are touching the very fundamentals that cut across every single job role, such that when you're done with these guys that we're doing here, when you're done with it, whichever one you want to now venture into, you can now start going for certifications in those roles. But you cannot do those certifications if you don't understand this particular one that we have to take in class. I'm not even referring to the ethical hacking. I'm referring to the networking and security. This one is a role on its own. The reason we take this one is because this one is also sought after very much. This one is ethical hacking, also called penetration testing. But you see this networking and security plus model, this must be done before you go for anything. If there is cloud security architects, there are so many security roles in the industry. So the job opportunities are massive. They're actually massive. Now, this is like some kind of breakdown into the salary or compensation rate for the jobs here. So in Nigeria here, you have about 150, 300K for an entry level, 500K for someone who is in between. And then someone who is like, okay, you know what, as a pen tester, I've been doing this for, let's say, maybe 2 years plus, thereabouts. Companies can trust you with their infrastructure and everything. If a company should trust you with that, they should pay you well because they don't want you to sell their data or do something that causes them harm. But of course, if you stay outside the country, you have it better with the opportunities as well as the salary rate as well. Do you understand? For those who choose to freelance afterwards, I will tell you the truth. If you're choosing to freelance, it may be a bit difficult. And that's because companies may not trust you because they do not know you. Freelancers are pretty much people that you get anywhere. You know, you find them on on the internet, and then you say, okay, you know what, let you this guy help us with this and that. But you need access to do this and that. Trust me, without recommendation, you may not be able to freelance. But that is why the preferred step is to start as an intern and then grow from there. So your cybersecurity starts here. These are some roles: unethical hacking, digital forensics, system hardening, and then real-world simulations. The class is extremely practical. That is one thing I can tell you. We have over 10 tools that you're going to be using just for the ethical hacking alone. I'm not even counting network security and security plus. I'm talking about ethical hacking alone. We have over 10 tools that you will be making use of. So please, if you think that this is the best part for you, if you think that this is what you want to go into, if you think that you want to use this year and you're saying, you know what, this year I want to try this, please and please, you have the opportunity right now. One other thing that I don't want to fail to mention is that when you're done with the class, you're going for your first official cybersecurity certificate for free. The first cyber, it costs about it costs about $200 to $600, but you're going to get it for free with Tech365. We're going to make sure you go. The exam will be scheduled for you. Those who are in Lagos or anywhere, there are specific centers in Nigeria where you can go and write those exams and get your first cybersecurity certificate. But one thing you must understand is that in week one, you must choose the path you want to follow. You must choose the path you want to follow because there are different paths. I will explain all of them one by one. And when you've chosen the path you want to follow, the questions you'll be asked in class, the way you'll be taught, the kind of questions I will ask you will be based on that path. So that at the end of the whole thing, you can say, okay, you know what, I'm ready to advance in this path. I can go for the necessary certifications in this path to get the jobs in this path. So that's pretty much what that is about. So please, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions at all? Adeyemi, do you have any questions? Anything that you need clarification with? Oops, okay, I stopped sharing. Anything you need clarification with Usman? You can unmute your microphone if you need to say something so that we can hear you if typing would be inconvenient at the time. You can unmute your microphone and let's hear you. Do you have any questions at all? Anything you need clarification with? Please go ahead and ask me now.
Hello, can I ask a question, please?
Yes, please go ahead, please.
So how do we know the best path to go out of the various paths that are available?
Okay. So I would say that there is no are there models for a SOC analyst? I'm coming to you, Don. So there is no best path. It depends on what you can handle. For example, some people are very theoretical. That is, they don't like practical things. They would prefer to have head knowledge of something. Those people can go for managerial roles very easily. For such persons, their certification path is different. Do you understand? They're not going for roles that are technical to where you'd have to be practical. They can go for roles that are technical but theoretical, managerial roles. There are people who prefer such things, whereas there are others who prefer hands-on the laptop kind of roles to where they will go ahead and hack or they go ahead and defend and whatnot. Their certification part is different. So it depends on your personality, depends on the kind of person you are, depends on how what makes you what you're comfortable with. Do you understand my response to your questions?
Yes, I do. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Doan, please. SOC analysis is a different part on its own. SOC analysis is Security Operations Center. What they do still revolves around defense, but what they do mostly is analyzing and preventing attacks. So if something is going on, they can analyze, they can prevent as well. Some of the tools they use will be taught in the class. But when you're done with this training, SOC analysis will be easier for you to venture into because you've understood all the basics. All you need to do is, after the training, you can go ahead and say, you know what, you want to join a training for SOC analysis now because now you've understood everything about cybersecurity. You now want to join a training for SOC analysis and go for the certifications in that role. But if you say you want to jump from now to, okay, you know what, I want to go ahead and do SOC analysis now, you may find some things difficult. Let me show you an example real quick. I'll show you one. Let me see. 1 second, I share my screen and show you something that will be. So what you're seeing here is a tool called Wireshark. Wireshark is used for pen testing, ethical hacking. It's also used for SOC analysis as well, right? It's also used for SOC analysis because one of the things that happens with Wireshark is that you capture packets. Now the question is, what are packets? That is what we do in networking. You're looking at my screen now, you're seeing different IP addresses, you're seeing different things. All of these things, you understand them in networking before we even come to penetration testing. So everything you see here will be easy for you to look at. That is what I'm trying to say. So before you say you want to do SOC analysis, you must go through some kind of basic cybersecurity training that encompasses networking, security plus, all the way down to ethical hacking. So let's see this question. Thank you very much, Don. Let me know if I answered the question. I'm interested in pen testing, but I have to know Python and some programming languages. But trying to learn Python is really hard for me. I love coding and solving problems. 1 second, I need to shut this thing down. Okay, then I need to stop share. Then okay. So, okay, if you want to do pen testing, I'll be frank with you. Pen testing as thank you very much, Don. Pen testing rather as a path, I will tell you it's not an easy one. I will tell you the truth for free. The reason why it's not easy is because it requires experience. I'm not talking about coding or you have to learn Python. The experience I'm talking about is, do you have the capacity to protect an organization by yourself or to penetrate an organization? You look at Google, you look at how all these software companies, they have guys that are developing security measures to prevent attacks. Do you have the capacity? Do you have the time to say you want to crack this thing and you dedicate that amount of time as a resource? That's the question. So pen testing is difficult. I will tell you the truth. So most people who want to venture into pen testing do it from a defense perspective, where they will try their best to understand the defense part before they even understand the attacking part. But in regards to Python, the reason why they tell you that you should know Python is because you should be able to build your own tools for penetration testing. But that's not something that I would tell you that you should be able to do in 2 years or 3 years, because we have industry standard tools for pen testing that are available right now to use for class, to use for training. There are industry standard tools that are available. I'll show you one of them. 1 second. I share my screen again and I'll show you one of them. This is Multigo. Multigo is an industry standard tool for cyber investigation. This can track anybody. It gathers data from various sources around the world. This is Multigo. Multigo is used by government agencies, not just people. Government agencies. We're going to be using the free edition to understand how it works actually. But Multigo is that kind of tool. What is this one again? I'm saying it. Multigo is that kind of tool. So what I'm trying to say is that if you want to go for the pen testing, it's good, but you must understand that you have to give it time. You have to give it time. SOC analysis is way easier. SOC analysis is way easier. But you see, pen testing as a path, you have to give it time. If you must learn a programming language to do pen testing, you are learning it so that you can build your own custom tools. Do you understand my response to your question, Adeyemi? Do you understand? Let me know if you understand. And who has another question for me? Who has another question for me? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Adeyemi. Thank you so much. Who has another question for me?
Can you sorry,
Yes, please.
do you have examples of offensive security parts? Like you said, pen testing is for defensive. How about offensive?
No, the pen testing is offensive, but I'm saying that for someone who is starting out, you must learn the defensive part.
Okay.
of pen testing. Because you must learn to
Okay.
defend. Yes.
All right.
Because companies will not trust you immediately as a newbie to attack. Do you understand? The defense is what, let's be practical with it. The defense is what companies want. Where they will need you to attack is when they say, okay, you know what, try to get to our system and let us see what you can do. Try to get into our system. That's the attacking part of it. But to be honest with you, you will not be able to do that with the level of experience you're going to have. You will need to build tools that are supposed to somehow crack industry standard defense mechanisms, or you will need to have some kind of psychology. Because I told you guys one thing, the weakest link in cybersecurity is human beings. You need to have one psychology to where you can just get one person and that's just it. Sometimes it's not even the machines that these guys go after, it's the people that they go after.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So any other question, guys?
So, like you mentioned earlier, you say that there are 10 tools for cybersecurity. So, what are 10 tools then?
There are tools for what?
Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
I said that you mentioned there are 10 tools for cybersecurity. So, what are the 10 tools?
There are several tools, not 10 tools. There are
Okay,
over
several
10.
tools.
There are several tools, and we are going to be using all of them, all the ones that are necessary in our class. A matter of fact, you're going to be using a different operating system than what you're used to. What I mean is, one second. You're going to be making use of
Hello.
the Parrot operating system.
Okay.
This is the operating system. We're not going to be using Windows. We're going to be making use of the Parrot operating system. I think the version is 6.2 or 6.1 is the latest version. This is what we're going to be using for our class. This is what we're going to be using. For some reason, it's not loading. I don't know why. Okay, I think it's my internet. So, yep. Yeah, it's my internet. Do you understand? So there are several tools, man. I can't name all of them, but we are going to be using all of these tools for our pen testing class. Thanks a lot, man. So, any other questions, please? Anything you need clarification on? Any questions? Are we all good? Do we all understand?
Yes, please. Let's
Thanks.
proceed.
Thanks a lot. So the price for the class, the starting price is $1 million. That is the price for I need to mute Usman, I think. So the price is $1 million and the training spans for a total of 10 weeks. We are learning 3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I believe. And yes, that's I think that is one information that you need to have as well. All right. So any questions? Anything you need clarity with? Do you have any more questions, guys? Are we good? What kind of laptops can we use? Okay, you just need to have a laptop that has at least 8 to 16 gig RAM, SSD or HDD, but have something above 500 gigabytes for HDD, and 256 for SSD will be fine. But just have a laptop that is okay and fine. I mean, not something outdated. Do you understand? Not something outdated, not something. When I say outdated, you know what I mean, like not something outdated, please. If you want to be sure, you can just send a message with the laptop you have, and then we'll just see if those specs are enough or if you need to get a new one. Thank you, Don. Any other questions? Are we good? Are we on the same page, guys? Any other questions? Please, if you're interested and you want to further in, I'll be glad to have you in class. You go ahead, you message Mr. Wale. The he's the CEO for Tech365. He would get you on board, add you to the group, and we kick off when we do. And I promise you one thing is you will not have any reason to regret attending the class. Everything is practical from start to finish. You will learn what you need to learn. You will know what you need to know, and you will be sure that this is the right path for you. All right. So in the absence of any other questions, I would like to draw this meeting to a close. Oh, let me say, I have a question here. I'm interested in, I'll be making my payment next month. It says the class will start by June. Yes, we want to start the class by June, but we want to be sure that we have all the interested parties make their payment, and pretty much they're ready to kick off. We have a couple of persons who are waiting, and we want to make sure that everyone who is starting at the same time, so nobody is lacking behind. So those of you who are interested, please, you have to make sure you make your payment as soon as possible, so we can get started on this thing. Time is money, they say. I mean, the earlier you do this, the earlier you write your first professional exam, the earlier you start your cybersecurity path, you start your mentorship and all of those things. All right, so thanks a lot, Ademi, for that question. Anyone else with a question, or we all good?
Sorry, hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
Does the payment cover certification as well
Yes, it
for
does.
the
There is
class?
no extra
Or
payment for
what
certificate.
what what certification is it? The security plus or network or
Um,
both?
we are giving Tech 365 will give you a certificate as someone who attended the class, and then you're
Okay.
going to be recommended. You'll be shown the path to register for a different cybersecurity certification. It's called Certified in Cybersecurity ISC2CC. It's the first
Okay.
cybersecurity certification that you are going for as a cybersecurity enthusiast. So you would register for it and everything, and you will go write your exam based on you will schedule based on when you think you are ready, right? We will do everything in class, but I know that some people may have some people may just want to take maybe 2 more weeks to revise before they go for that exam. So pretty much yes. But you're not going to pay for anything else aside from your initial payment.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, man. So any other question, guys? Do we have any other questions, or are we good? I mean, I assume we're good, but if you need to ask a question, you can always tell Mr. Wale to give you my phone number, and you can call me for any clarification, and I will gladly pick and explain to you guys. All right, so in the absence of any other questions, I would like to tell you guys thank you for connecting, thank you for joining, thank you for being here. I really appreciate when people try to, level up, learn something new. Myself, I'm quite a very young person, but I started really, really early, and I understood a lot of fundamental things before growing. So that's why I always teach things like there's a relationship attached to them. My That is why I even if you noticed, I was using paint to illustrate, because I learned that from most of my clients abroad when they're trying to paint a picture and their intonation is a bit difficult to follow. So sometimes, experience has taught me all of these things. It teaches you these things, and I'm glad you guys are, taking the right step. And thanks a lot for trying to be here. So hopefully, I see all of you in the class. Reach out to Mr. Wale if you want to. Yeah. I mean, yes, there's always mentorship. We don't leave you after the class, please. We don't. You are there. You can always ask questions, and pretty much all of those things are being done. Thanks a lot, guys, for connecting. I will see you in the next one in person. Thank you a lot. Catch you. Bye for now, guys. Take care.